What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Well, technically I guess this isn't really brand new, but it's something I've been planning on doing for a while. So a long while back I made a story where Turles ended up turning good, and also existing in the story because that's basically the barrier for entry. But since I recently redid the Gohan and Goten twins What If, I wanted to revisit this one as well because I feel like it had way more potential. And think of this like What If Raditz survived. It's a story where first of all Turles exists in the main story, and second of all, instead of him just immediately turning good, it's a story about him surviving and eventually adapting to the group. So, since it's like that Raditz scenario, we'll call this one What If Turles Survived. With that intro out of the way, let's begin discussing. The first real big thing here is adjusting Turles' story so he actually fits in with the main story, because the movie timelines are always strange. So we'll have to adjust when he comes to Earth, how he comes to Earth, and we're going to have to adjust the powers of everyone too. Our story begins after the Saiyan saga. By now, Krillin and Gohan have already left for Namek and have actually arrived there. Goku is still in the hospital and a new spaceship is being worked on too. Alongside Turles actually existing in the story, we're going to make one more small change here. And compared to Turles actually existing in the story, this change isn't too major. Yajirobe is able to get Senzu beans for Goku a little bit earlier on. Like, I'm talking a few hours earlier. Of course, the second he heals, he wants to go right over to Caps Corp right away and get onto the spaceship. But right as he's about to jump out the window and fly away, the TV in his room has a weird newscast. Apparently, some giant tree just appeared out of nowhere, destroying all life in the area, and it looks like it's threatening even more than just that. And Goku turns back to look outside, and over the horizon far in the distance, he could actually see something over there. It's a giant tree, just like the news is saying. He asks his friends if they know anything about this, and they don't. So Goku tries to focus, seeing if he could sense anything over there. And he is actually able to pick up something. Roshi could sense something too. There's some sort of evil presence over there. Now, of course, Goku has no idea of what this is, but it could be related to everything that's going on right now. What if Earth is being attacked by Frieza's army right now too? And regardless, even if it wasn't Frieza's army, something is threatening Earth right now, and Goku's really the only one here who is able to stop it. As much as he needs to get to Namek right away, it kind of has to wait a little bit, and whatever he's about to get into, he's got to make sure it goes quickly. So Goku flies over towards the tree, hoping this won't take too long. Let's actually rewind a bit. Not too long beforehand, a crew of space warriors headed towards Earth. They were looking for a strong planet, and it seems they might have found one. They already did have their sights on Earth beforehand, but now they have an even better reason. They're able to pick up on some really strong powers there, detecting the fight between Goku and Vegeta, not even realizing what it was. But this fight alone shows them that Earth might actually be pretty powerful, a great place to plant the Tree of Might. This of course is the Crusher Core, with Turles arriving on Earth, planting the Tree of Might. And that leads us to where we are now. They're waiting around the Tree of Might, waiting for that fruit to grow. As Goku gets closer, he hears a voice in his head. It's King Kai, sensing a terrible presence on Earth. He has no clue of what this is either, but he tells Goku what he did see. The tree decimated whatever area it was in, and the person behind it, it seems to be another Saiyan. But that makes no sense. The only three Saiyans left were Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa. King Kai is not sure who this guy is either. But he tells Goku, try and make it quick. Don't focus too much on this battle. It's more urgent to help his friends on Namek. And since they don't know what they're up against, he needs Goku to stop this right now. Because whatever this is really is threatening Earth. Raisin then picks up something on a scouter. A power's coming near them. It seems pretty low though, it's only a power of about 300. A yellow cloud flies over them as Goku jumps off. And upon first glance, the Crusher Corps is pretty stunned by his appearance. Well, everyone besides Turles. The guy they're looking at looks exactly like their boss. There's a Saiyan here? Of course, Turles isn't really too shocked by the resemblance. They're both low-class warriors after all. Although, he is pretty happy to see a Saiyan here. That's going to make things a lot more interesting, and that explains why the powers are so high on this planet. Goku scans around and sees all the damage done by the tree. That's the first thing that really caught his eye, but then he gets a good look at the crew behind it, then locking eyes with Turles himself. That definitely is a Saiyan. I mean, the fact that they look the exact same, that's a pretty dead giveaway. This guy looks more like him than his own brother did. Goku tells him he has no clue who these guys are or why they're here, but he hopes they just make this quick. He only just got out of the hospital and he really needs to get going somewhere. Turles laughs and tells him not to worry. They'll make it quick, as the rest of the Crusher Corps launches in to attack Goku all at once. Turles watches as Goku fights all 5 members of the Crusher Corps together, thinking that they'll be able to defeat Goku. As they look more into this planet, it wasn't just the fight between him and Vegeta that drew him there. Turles actually did know of a Saiyan that was sent here, also knowing the name of the Saiyan is Kakarot. All the more reason to come to this planet. But he didn't realize Kakarot was this strong. Maybe it has to do with that battle that they detected. Because soon after the fight begins, Goku defeats all 5 of the Crusher Corps members at once, quickly flashing into Kaioken, using so much power that he even accidentally kills them all, even though he just wanted to defeat them. He didn't realize how strong he got. But next he needs to go up against this other Saiyan who's probably a bigger threat than these 5. So he looks at Turles asking who he is and why he looks the same as Goku. Turles looks up at the tree. One of the fruits is almost ready. He just needs a little bit more time. Kakarot sure does look different from a lot of the other Saiyans. He doesn't even have his tail anymore. He really wonders what the history of this Saiyan is. And he's glad to see such a strong low-class warrior here. You know, if anything, Kakarot would make a great member in his crew. Think about it. 2 low-class Saiyans. working together, taking over the universe, gathering heaps of power from the Tree of Might. But Goku tells Turles he has the wrong idea. He's not fighting Turles' crew for the sake of it. He's fighting them because they're a threat to Earth. He's got to protect this planet. And like he said, he's in a bit of a hurry. Goku charges up into his full power without going into Kaioken, flying right towards Turles as the clash begins. As they exchange blows, Goku tries to get more info out of Turles about who he is, and of course why he's here and what that tree is. It might be pointless to explain, but Turles does tell Goku that soon enough he'll see anyways. This tree has taken the life directly from Earth, and it's going to give it right to Turles. And despite Kakarot being pretty strong as is, Turles is able to fend him off pretty easily, to the point where Goku's even pushed into using Kaioken further. Going into ×4, this isn't as strenuous as it was when he was using it against Vegeta, but it still is really strenuous. This is the first time he used any of his power after the Saiyan saga because he just got out of the hospital. So he's stronger, but he hasn't trained yet and he hasn't really practiced with anything else so far. And with this, he's actually able to defeat Turles. Well, seemingly. Goku says he'd love to have an actual fight with Turles, but he doesn't have the time for it. And with him threatening Earth, this has to end here. But Turles says it's far from over. Quickly he jumps up into the tree, grabbing the freshly ripened fruit. It's time. He's surprised at how quickly it grew, and how powerful this seems to be. This planet must have a ton of energy. Goku flies up towards Turles to stop him, but he takes a bite of the fruit. And just as Goku's about to land a punch on him, Turles powers up, knocking Goku back with his power. Turles then rockets down towards Goku with a kick, driving him into the ground. As you can see, the battle's only just begun. Goku is still trying to make this quick, so he goes into Kaioken once more. But before where he was able to easily defeat Turles with Kaioken ×4, this time, Turles is able to easily keep up with it, and not just that, but overpower Goku completely. The power of the fruit, he could feel it coursing through his veins. He still holds it in his hand, and he even takes another bite of it, bulking up once more, continuing to beat down on Goku. This is really bad now, but Goku has one way out of this. Just like Turles was able to escape from his death, Goku can do the same. Using the last of the power that he has left, he powers up into Kaioken once more, pushing his body to the limit. It's Kaioken ×5, and he uses it to just get away from Turles, not even fight him. He just needs a little bit of distance, and he uses all the power he has left. He could barely even fly away. But he looks down at the bag of senzu beans that he has. He really hates that he has to use one right now, but he has no other choice. Quickly popping one in his mouth and instantly being healed. Turles doesn't know what that was, but he's glad to see the fight hasn't ended. This is going to make it a lot more interesting. Goku starts fighting again, and it's not really doing anything to Turles, but that's not the point here. He's just buying some time. If Turles is stealing the energy from this planet, well, Goku's just going to have to steal it back somehow. Amidst the battle, Turles notices that Goku's not using one of his arms. The entire time he's holding it up, just fighting with his other arm and his legs. He must have beat him so bad that arm's broken. He can't even move it now. Turles, of course, has the upper hand again, but Goku doesn't care. He just needs a little bit more time. He doesn't have any friends here to gather energy from, and he can't gather it from the planet, but he has a really good idea here. He's of course trying to create a spirit bomb, but doing so by taking the energy from the tree itself. Exactly how he did it in the movie. But Turles then sees Kakarot's hand glowing. So that's what he was doing. He was charging some sort of attack. He didn't even notice amidst the fight, with Goku trying to stop Turles from attacking that arm. But as Turles looks at the arm, his scouter explodes. What is that attack he's using? And Turles is still holding on to the rest of the fruit. He tries to take one more bite of it, but it's not giving him any more power. And now he's a bit concerned. He's got to finish this off. Turles is able to knock Goku into the ground once more, charging a kill driver, ready to disintegrate him. He launches it down at Goku, but the attack vanishes as it collides with another attack from Goku. A small blue ball of energy comes up towards Turles. He tries to dodge it by flying up, but it follows him. He has no way to get out of this. In a last-ditch effort, Turles holds his left arm out, charging all of his ki into it and trying to launch a blast at it. But it does nothing. The spirit bomb flies right through the blast, going directly into Turles' hand, then exploding with a brilliant burst of blue ki, with Goku on the ground tired out and victorious. He could take another senzu bean, but right now he's just tired, and he wants to save the rest of them for everybody else, as well as his training on the way to Namek. But as he looks towards where the spirit bomb exploded, he sees something pretty interesting. Turles is still alive, although unconscious, and barely hanging on. Goku doesn't have enough ki left to actually kill Turles. He could eat a senzu bean and do that, but it might be better to save that senzu. But for another reason he decides maybe that's not the best idea. A few days later, Turles wakes up. Barely able to move, but he looks around and sees that he's on some sort of spaceship. And nearby, he sees Kakarot doing some push-ups. Where the hell is he? And how is he still alive? Goku's glad to see that he's finally awake. Of course, Turles is incredibly confused and demands to know what's going on here. Didn't he die? Well, Goku could have killed him, but he decided not to. First of all, he didn't even have enough energy left to do so. And he tells Turles he was in a pretty tough spot, but also saw an opportunity here. First of all, Turles was a pretty strong opponent, and it would be a shame to let that go to waste. Pretty similar to Vegeta. And also, Goku was pretty surprised to see that he survived the spirit bomb, especially after surviving a spirit bomb with that much power. So what, did Kakarot kidnap him? And if so, where are they even going? And also, if the issue was that he couldn't kill Turles, why not now? He clearly has some of his energy back. Well, it's kind of a risk, but he says Turles might make for a good ally. Yes, he actually could have killed him, and the rest of his friends on Earth told him to do the exact same. But again, Goku didn't really want to waste that strength, and he had a much better idea too. It could actually help him. Having Turles as an ally would be great. Really, allies. Why would Turles be an ally with him? Well, it's like Turles said before. He wanted Goku to join him, so why not the other way around? Why isn't Turles open to it now? Turles still has no idea of where he's going with this, but Goku asks him if he knows about Frieza. Is Kakarot stupid? Of course he knows about Frieza. Well, Goku says he's actually gonna go fight him right now. What? He's gonna fight Frieza? Is he serious? That's where he's going? So he kidnapped Turles to bring him into a fight with Frieza that they're probably not even gonna win. Yeah, exactly. That's the gist of it. Turles tells Kakarot he's an idiot, not just for letting him live, but for wanting to fight Frieza in the first place. Even with the power that he got from the Tree of Might, Turles honestly isn't sure if he'd even be able to do anything against Frieza. He can't even feel that power anymore. It must have only been temporary. Goku says that Turles still hasn't noticed yet. He tells him to take a look at himself. Turles stands up and sees that he's looking down at Goku. He's slightly taller than him. And also his musculature. It's different. He looks buffer than he was before. He's still pretty injured, but he has somewhat healed, and he even looks at his left arm. There's a scar running across it, a weird scar leading to his heart. That's where the spirit bomb hit. Now, Goku still has no idea of what that fruit was or how it worked, but it seems like the effects of it are ingrained within his body now, so that power might still be there too, and it might have been what protected him from the spirit bomb. Although, Goku kinda did make this choice on a whim. He was really close to listening to everybody, including King Kai, who was telling him to kill Turles. And despite this being a long shot, it might work. In worst case, Turles doesn't join him, and they get to fight again, which is still good for Goku because he gets another fight against him. It's not like Turles would have another tree anyways. And the next battle probably wouldn't be in Turles' favor. Once again, similar situation to what happened with Vegeta. And Goku also reminds Turles, not only does he have that power ingrained in him now, but as Saiyans, they're stronger. Goku grew stronger from that fight, and while Turles hasn't fully healed, he's grown stronger too. He's worried about how strong Turles will be once he's fully healed. He'll probably be even stronger than Goku is right now. Hence why he didn't give him a Senzu Bean, alongside the fact that he wants to save the rest of them. But the way Goku sees it, this isn't really too risky of a maneuver. As Turles is, he can't fight Goku right now. They can't fight on the ship either, it's too dangerous. The ship is durable, but if they're having a serious fight in here, who knows? That would just end up killing both of them. Turles could try and do it quickly, but again, he wouldn't have the strength right now. Plus, Goku has a feeling deep down that Turles would want to try something else. But if Turles does want to fight, so be it. Goku just lets him know that he's going to lose here. And the truth is, Goku's partially glad that it turned out this way. Turles is going to make a great opponent sometime. And even better, they might have an extra ally in Namek. Turles could barely even stand up right now, but he takes everything Goku's saying into consideration. And maybe this could be interesting. Fighting against Frieza's army? If Turles is going to die in a fight anyways, instead of losing to Kakarot here, it would be pretty fun to go out in a blaze of glory against Frieza's army. And that's if he dies. He might even have a chance, especially with this new power that he has. Now, Goku's totally fine if he has to kill Turles too. If he does try any stupid moves, he's more than prepared to do so. But surprisingly, Turles ends up agreeing with Goku. He calls Kakarot insane, but he likes that insanity. He couldn't really see it before. Kakarot is too good-hearted after all. But this is the way a Saiyan would think. And Turles, he respects that. He likes that Goku's thinking this way. And besides, if Turles does make it out of this alive, he could just escape later on. Probably finding some way to plant another Tree of Might and coming back even stronger. Goku still is a bit concerned, wondering if this was the right choice, but he feels content with it. As for everything on Namek, of course all that's going to go the same because it's going to be completely unaffected. But Goku's ship touches down on the planet, with him and Turles stepping off. Goku has 3 Senzu Beans left. He actually gave half a Senzu to Turles just so they could train together. Of course, Turles did try to steal a full one, but amidst the flight Goku was able to heal himself, and now he has 3 Senzus left. And this leads him to fight the Ginyu Force. Goku faces Jason Birder as Turles faces Recoome, and both win their respective fights, showcasing their amazing power. Although, Goku simply defeats Jason Birder, while Turles kills Recoome, then killing the unconscious Jason Birder, telling Kakarot he shouldn't be so soft and keep them alive. If he weren't in a rush and didn't accidentally use too much power, he probably would have spared the Crusher Core too, wouldn't he? Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan are saved, but they're pretty surprised to see who's with Goku. There's someone who looks exactly like him, and Vegeta can't believe it especially. Is that another Saiyan? Turles laughs, glad to see another surprise here. Prince Vegeta, and not just that, Kakarot's son. There's more Saiyans than he thought. Naturally, this leaves a lot of questions for everybody. So, did Goku really make the right choice here, letting Turles live and bringing him along with him? Well, we'll be seeing all that in the next part. This is where we leave off for now. What do you guys think about this part and what's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel and lets me know you want to see more like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.